What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and for this one I wanted to give you guys another updated top 10 list. This time we're going to be taking a look at the speed category. Now, like I always say, this is just my top 10 list, so if yours looks differently, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. So for this one, we're going to be taking a look at the speed category, and if you take a look at the top right here, you'll notice I have 12 characters favorited. All 12 of these characters are fighting for a spot in my top 10. However, only 10 of them can make it, so I wanted to ask you guys who you think of these three characters is most deserving of that number 10 spot. The first of which is actually Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099, one of my favorite characters currently in the game. Absolutely love the guy, and I think he's a god in PvP. However, in PvE, especially when it comes to World Boss Ultimate, I find that his DPS is a little bit lackluster, especially once you get past stage 15. Stage 20, I find that he cannot keep up with the big boys, but that may be because of the fact that I have a CTP of Transcendence on him and not a damage proc. Maybe if I had a damage proc, my opinion would be different here. However, I find that he just doesn't have the DPS to keep up with the other speed characters in this game right now. However, I personally think a CTP of Transcendence or a CTP of Patience is probably one of the best CTPs for this guy. It makes him incredibly annoying to deal with because of the fact that he has multiple iframes, stuns, webs, and on top of that, his 4-star passive, Accelerated Decoy, is one of the best 4-star passives in the game. Basically, every 5 seconds, he gets a guard hit for 2 seconds, and he's invisible and intargetable for that time. Seriously, really annoying character to deal with, especially if you don't have debuff removal. So yeah, that's why he's on my top 10, fighting for a spot. And the other two characters that are fighting with Miguel here for that 10 spot is actually Domino and Black Widow. Both of these characters are very similar to each other. All you have to do is build them offensively and they won't let you down in Shadowland, ABX, and they can hold their own in World Boss Ultimate. Domino is also a pretty good leadership to have for ABX and for World Boss Ultimate against Corvus. Black Widow is a really good striker, and in this uniform, she's an absolute beast in Shadowland, and she can hold it down in ABX and World Boss Ultimate. So I gotta give her props, man. That's why I have the uniform at Legendary, and I'm gonna get it to Mythic pretty soon. So yeah, these three characters are really close to each other in my opinion. Miguel is a god in PvP, no doubt. None of the other two can compare there, but when it comes to PvE, they may actually be a little bit better than him there. So yeah, really hard for me to decide who I want to give the 10 spot to, so I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. Now, number 8 to number 9 on this list is probably interchangeable for a lot of you guys, but for me, it's actually going to be Angel. And the reason why Angel is so low down on this list, even though I have him built really well, you can see for yourself he's 571 in the world, is because his DPS is just not as good as I wanted it to be. However, I'm hoping he gets his level 70 soon, and possibly his Archangel uniform. A lot of us have been begging for that for quite some time, but either way, Angel is most definitely deserving of being in the top 10. He absolutely has to have a spot here because of the fact that his overall kit is freaking awesome. Lots of iframes, and on his 3 skill, he actually has damage block, damage accumulation, and a massive 17% heal. Okay, that is freaking awesome, and on top of that, he has one of the best PvP leadership, so definitely has to be in the top 10. Kind of sad he's so low, so hopefully we get that Archangel uniform very soon. Number 8 on this list is actually going to be Phantom X, and the reason why Phantom X is above Angel is because he has his level 70 and he has a much higher damage than Angel. He also has a really good kit as well because he has multiple iframes, healing, and he has mind control, right? So when it comes to World Boss Ultimate and high level Shadowland floors, he can do much better than Angel. So that's why I put him a little bit higher, even though Angel may be the better character overall. Now, this is where the controversy is going to begin, because number 7 on my list is actually going to be Ant-Man, and that's Ant-Man only in this uniform, because without it, his DPS is damn near non-existent. However, in this uniform, he has a respectable amount of DPS, about on par with Spider-Man, and on top of that, he's rocking 4 iframes, and on top of all that, he gets 10 seconds of invincibility once you get him to tier 3. That's a lot of survivability, not to mention at tier 2, you have 87% guaranteed dodge. Oh, and in this tier 3 passive, he can penetrate basically everything, and he can ignore dodge by 80%. So he's basically a counter for himself once you get him to tier 3. That's actually really good. He's actually pretty solid in timeline battle if you go up against enemies that don't have ignore dodge, especially at tier 3. He's really annoying to deal with. Okay, so yeah, number 7 on my list is actually Ant-Man. Now, number 6 on this list, and it pains me to put my guy so low, but it's actually going to be Spider-Man. The reason why he's so low on this list is because when it comes to World Boss Ultimate, his DPS is just not to where I wanted it to be. I really wanted a stronger tier 3 skill from him or a bigger attack buff. 25% really isn't enough, man. I wanted a 50% attack buff like they gave to Captain America. If that was the case, I would have already gotten this guy to tier 3. But overall, Spider-Man is a great character in every single game mode, especially in freaking PvP. Oh my goodness, this guy is a nightmare to face. Max out his dodge, build him super offensively. Some people will say give him invincibility. You can do that. You can give him a CTP of patience or transcendence, and that's going to make him incredibly annoying. But for me, I think a damage proc is best because what I lack with Spidey is actually DPS, okay? Number 5 on this list for me is actually going to be Shuri. For obvious reasons, her tier 2 passive is one of the best in the game for World Boss Ultimate and Alliance Battle. But overall, the character is amazing on her own. She has one of the longest, if not the longest, damage immunity in the game. 7 seconds, okay? 7 seconds, and on top of that, she has multiple iframes in her kit. Her damage is actually really good, so even if you're not using her as a support character, she's good on her own. Very, very safe. Up there, in my opinion, with the likes of Sharon Rogers. And to be honest with you guys, I think at this point, Shuri is probably more useful than Sharon Rogers, simply because of her tier 2 passive. So yeah, okay. Moving on, number 4 on this list. Some of you guys are gonna probably disagree with this one, but it's actually Luna Snow for me. And the reason why Luna Snow is rocking that number 4 spot is because she's good enough to take down 4 of 5 world bosses. She can take down Thanos, she can take down Corvus, she can take down Ebony, and she can take down Black Dwarf. The only one that I haven't found success with past 15 with Luna Snow is actually Proxima, right? So that's why I put Luna Snow so high on this list. Honestly, I know some of you guys are not going to like that since she's a premium character, but build her super offensively, give her something with cold damage and a damage proc, and Luna Snow is definitely going to be a freaking amazing character. Oh, she's also really good for ABX as well, and since we now have a female speed day, Luna Snow is definitely going to be the best character there, okay? I don't know why I did that. Anyways, moving on, guys. Number 3 on this list is actually going to be Winter Soldier. Now, I know, right off the bat, you guys are gonna be like, whoa, Winter Soldier should be number 1. I'm clicking off this video right now. And the reason why I put him so low on this list is because of the fact that in PvP, he's good, but he's not better than the other 2 characters on this list. His DPS is great for World Boss Ultimate, and he is probably the best speed character for Speed ABX, so that's why he's number 3 for sure, as long as you build him offensively. But when it comes to the other 2 characters, Quicksilver in this uniform, in my opinion, is better than Winter Soldier in PvP, and about just as good. Once you get Quicksilver to level 70, he's just as good, in my opinion, as Winter Soldier, if not better, right? So that's why Quicksilver is above Winter Soldier, in my opinion. Now, the number 1 character here for me goes without saying, it is Deadpool. Now, right off the bat, some of you guys are gonna say you're being biased since Deadpool is your favorite character, and you may be right. However, the reason why I put him so high up here is because when it comes to World Boss Ultimate, he is the guy, okay? He's the only character in the speed class that I can use to clear stage 49 of Corvus Glaive, okay? There's basically no other character that can do that for me. I'm gonna get my Quicksilver and my Winter Soldier to level 70 soon, and I'm gonna test them out and see how they compare to my guy Deadpool, but I don't see them doing that, okay? Even though Quicksilver and Winter Soldier can definitely score higher than him in ABX, the fact that Deadpool can clear stage 49 of Corvus Glaive definitely says a lot about how strong this guy is. So yeah, that's why he's in the number 1 spot for me, guys. So that's gonna be my list right there, my top 10 for the speed class. Leave your top 10 in the comment section. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.